I heard a lot about Valkyrie Profile. Everyone praised the game that it is fantastic, a masterpiece, a must-play, and so on. Hearing about all these, the game landed on the top of my backlog to play it as soon as possible. And lately, I fired it up to see why the game has been praised so much. Most of the time, I try to be neutral before I play a game, because if I hype myself up, my expectations will be high and my judgment will be clouded by this high expectation. So, is Valkyrie Profile lives up to its hype? Yes, it is a very good game, a truly unique story, and there are a lot of things that I have not seen before in a JRPG. But, despite all these, it is not going to be my favorite JRPG. Why? Let me fire up the time machine to go back to 1999 when this game has been released, and I'll tell you everything about it. What's up, my fellow retro gamers out there? Welcome on the Backlog Quest, where we are celebrating the golden era of gaming. I'm Mr. Zosta, your guide through gaming's greatest gems. Buckle up, as the time machine is ready to launch. Valkyrie Profile was developed by Tri-Ace, the same studio behind the Star Ocean series, and published by Enix in 1999 in Japan, with a North American release following in 2000. Despite strong critical acclaim, it was somehow of a niche title at the time due to its unique gameplay structure. Over the years, however, it has gained a devoted cult following, leading to a PSP remake, a sequel on the PS2, and even a mobile port. But the original PS version remains a fan favorite for its deep mechanics, emotional storytelling, and stunning presentation. The story of Valkyrie Profile is set in a world heavily inspired by Norse mythology. You play as Valkyrie, a divine warrior tasked with recruiting fallen souls to fight in the War of the Gods. I have to say I really enjoyed this concept. This was something new and fresh, not the usual small boy from a village defeats a god at the endgame. As you explore Midgard, you witness the lives and struggles of mortals before they meet their fate, deciding who is worthy to join Valhalla. It's an emotional journey filled with tragedy, sacrifice, and glimpses of humanity that makes each recruit story feels personal. I also really enjoyed this. It is very nice to see that the developers made an effort to make an interesting background story for each recruit. The narrative is non-linear, with multiple endings depending on the choices you make throughout the game, giving the game a strong replayability factor. Unlike traditional JRPGs, Valkyrie Profile has a mix of side-scrolling platforming with turn-based combat. This was interesting for me. I'm not a fan of platform games, but I do not mind playing a good one from time to time. And seeing platforming in a JRPG with some puzzling was an interesting and refreshing experience, and I was genuinely interested how this would play out throughout the game. Exploring towns and dungeons feels more like a 2D action game where you run, jump, and even use Lynette's ice magic to freeze enemies or create platforms, or use it in a clever ways to make it through an obstacle. As I mentioned already, it's a refreshing take that keeps exploration interesting. On the overworld map, you can see places that you can visit to explore a dungeon, or visit a town or castle to recruit a hero. But it's a cool concept that you need to meditate to find out where you have to go next, and the location will be revealed on your map. Once you know where to go next, you can fly there and land on the location. Valkyrie Profile follows a unique chapter-based progression system. I've never seen anything like this before, and it's a very unique system. The game is divided into 8 chapters, each representing a period leading up to Ragnarok. Within each chapter, you have a limited number of periods to spend, and every action, whether it is recruiting an Einhard jar, exploring a dungeon, or visiting a town, costs a set amount of time. Before you enter into location, the game will tell you how many periods it costs you to visit that location. This creates a balancing act. Do you spend time gathering new warriors and experience their stories, or do you train your current team and collect better equipment? If you're not careful, you might run out of time before finishing important objectives, affecting your final rank at the end of the game. I really like this. It's a fantastic idea from the developers, and I have not seen this in any other game since then. At the end of each chapter, you report to Odin and Freya, who evaluate your performance based on the warriors you sent to Valhalla and the progress you made. This evaluation influences which events are going to be unfold and which ending you receive, making time management one of the most critical aspects of the game. I don't know, but somehow I always receive shitty evaluations at the first few chapters despite I developed my characters. It was quite bad. I was looking forward to the evaluation after I raised the stats of my heroes to receive a "I'm deeply disappointed in you" evaluation. What the fuck, why you have to be such a dick? You should be a bit more supportive. I know that we are preparing for a war, but come on. Look at how cool is this. Exaggerated animations, huge hits, colorful spells. I love it. Combative Valkyrie Profile is turn-based, but very different what you see before. Each party member is assigned to a face button, allowing you to chain attacks together in real time. You need to press buttons together to make your whole team make a huge combo attack, or you can choose a team member to act individually, use an item, a spell, or change equipment. With the use of combos, the goal is to build up enough energy to unleash a devastating special attack which makes huge damage. It's an incredibly satisfying system that rewards precise timing and strategy. And the thing is that this is not a crazy button masher combat like a beat-em-up, there is strategic planning because some of the enemies are resisting combo attacks or some of them can be diminished by only spells. This is a very unique and cool battle system, I love it. Skills also play an important part of the game. Characters can learn a variety of skills, including passive abilities that trigger automatically. For example, First Aid allows a character to regain a small amount of HP after taking damage, while Counter gives a chance to retaliate when attacked. Other skills improve stats, increase resistances, or enhance critical hit chances. Party customization is very deep. It is a feast for every RPG lover. Each character has specific traits that impact their hero value, which determines their worthiness in Valhalla. Traits like bravery, loyalty, and intelligence can be increased using skill points. The higher a warrior's hero value, the better they perform in Odin's army, improving your overall evaluation at the end of each chapter. It is important to train your Einherjar properly before sending them off. If they are too weak, they may not contribute much to the war effort, resulting in a lower ranking. This adds another layer of decision making. Do you keep a strong character for your own party, or send them away to maintain Odin's favor? Do you see how cool this system is? Another interesting concept in the game is how you get new equipment and items. There are no shops in the game that you can visit, but you can earn monetization points which you can use at safe locations or at the overworld map to create new equipment for your characters, and also potions and various items. In a way, this is very convenient, because you don't have to visit shops, you can do everything for a menu, but I still enjoy the thrill of entering a new town in a JRPG to see what they have in stock. The game has different endings, despite how do you play it through, where do you go and how do you act. And the catch is, to get the true ending you have to do a very specific playthrough. To be honest, I do not like this in any game. I'm a casual player playing to have fun and I rarely play through a game more than once. Only if the experience was fantastic and I want to explore the game once more. I'm not going to be judgmental here to say that these different endings are good or bad. I'll leave this choice to you, as this comes down to everyone's personal flavor. At the intro, I said that despite this game is really good with fantastic mechanics, it is not going to be my favorite JRPG. Why? Somehow, despite the story is interesting and unique, I play JRPGs with stories that are resonated better with me. No, the story is not bad, I was just not doing it as much as I did with other games. Also, I enjoy if a party stays together and grows together until the end of the game. I'm a bit of a difficult situation here because I enjoy the game and I don't want to say that it is bad, because it is not. I want to emphasize this. I think this just comes down to my own personal flavor. So, does Valkyrie Profile still holds up today? Absolutely. Its blend of RPG mechanics, platforming and deep storytelling makes it a one-of-a-kind experience even today. The presentation with its stunning sprite work and nice soundtrack remains beautiful even by today's standards. However, the game isn't without its flaws. The non-linear structure can be confusing for new players and the difficulty can be punishing, especially with the limited save points in dungeons. That said, if you are looking for a JRPG that dares to be different, Valkyrie Profile is a must-play. It doesn't matter if you are experiencing it for the first time or revisiting it, the journey of Lynette and her warriors remains one of the most unique and best adventures on the PlayStation. If retro gaming brings back great memories for you, why not subscribe and join our community of fans keeping the classics alive? Also, the YouTube algorithm shows them some videos for you. It is on the screen now, check them out. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next Backlog Quest video.